Hey, what's going on, Truck Kings? This is your boy AB. In this video I want to show you guys the truck and the trailer, so let me know what you guys think. As you can tell, it's a beautiful Kenworth, and even though from the outside it looks pretty nice, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, from the inside it's not that nice. Look at the interior right here. That's pretty all messed up, right? That doesn't really matter. That's not what's gonna make me or break me, right? The steering wheel. But hey, the other one had cabinets here for storage, like drawers. I put my clothing, then it had the top where I would cook my stuff. This one doesn't. Has a big fridge. That's the only positive to it. Everything else is pretty much the same. It doesn't really change much. This is a 2017. They were both 2017s. So anyways, the other one that I had was way better than this one. So I'm a little upset because of that, but hey, you know what? At the end of the day, it is what it is. You see that? So the difference between this trailer and the one that I was using is that in the middle section here, you can stack up a lot more cubic feet, another 300 to 400 cubic feet of stuff. Not a huge difference. They call these double drops because of the drop there and the drop over here. Pros to it is I get to make more money, I guess. More load, more weight, more tonnage. So con to that trailer is that you can possibly have more claims, because if the guy that's loading doesn't really know how to load well and you're stacking a lot more items on top of each other, you're definitely gonna have more claims, and that's something that I hear from everybody. What do you guys think? Are we giving it a thumbs up or are we giving it a thumbs down? The difference is that this is an automatic, whereas the other one is a manual transmission. Today is Tuesday the 23rd. We just finished loading the 13,000 pounds out of Bluffton, South Carolina. I'm still here at the house. I just wanted to show you guys real quick. So the load practically came up all the way to all this extra bulky stuff at 2,400 cubic feet from the front to the back. 13,000 pounds. I still need another 9,000 pounds, and I think this is gonna be enough. I don't know if you can tell right there, that red rack right there, a lot of empty space that's taken up right there by that red rack. So I hope that everything else fits, and if it doesn't, then I'm pretty much freaking screwed, man. This is leftover pads that I'm gonna be using for the other two jobs. This is material that I need for one more job. Anyways, long story short, I'm learning as I'm going.
3 days later.
What I want to show you guys real quick is an email that I got. They practically send you a breakdown of the fuel you've been using, the money you've been using for cash labor. I had gotten one already previously, but now things are starting to add up, man. It's like, don't show me this right now. All it does is stresses me out. I hope I get paid this Friday for 2 loads that I already delivered. I don't know, I haven't gotten paid, and then I'm getting these statements. So I'm gonna show you real quick what I'm talking about. On the very top, it says cash ATM debit network. They charged me $1. I don't know for what. Then right below that, you have the biggest amount on this one is $604, and that is because I got money out for cash labor. If you don't have money to pay cash labor yourself, the good thing about Coleman is that they pay for you. The only problem with that is, obviously you gotta pay it back. I think it's $350 in the ATMs or $450, I can't remember. And then Coleman also adds a little bit extra fees in there, the transactions, I guess, I don't know. And then a $10 admin fee that they charge weekly. $208.37 is fuel that I put. The one thing I do say, and I gotta give props, the discounts we get on fuel is really good. They have an agreement with Pilot, so they want us to put fuel in Pilot. And I was doing the math for a receipt that I had, right? I looked at the receipt, it was like $4.07 per gallon, but then my statement, what they showed me was less, and it ended up being $3.40. So man, for me, that's a really good thing, man. Like I said, that's the only thing I gotta give props to Coleman for doing that, because where else can you find $3.40 right now per gallon? But anyway, so at the very top right, you see a balance that's kind of moving forward. Previously I had $879. So at the very bottom, they give you a running total, and my new balance that I owe is $1,704. This doesn't even count fuel that I've been putting in, the cash labor that I got out. I think that I'm like at $3,000 right now in the hole, and at this freaking point in time, I have no idea what I will be making, man. Now I'm gonna show you guys the breakdown. There's 3 columns for 3 different loads. The one on the left was the first one I picked up, and it's the biggest one. Right there you see city and state for pickup and city and state for delivery. Right below that, the amount of weight is 13,000 pounds. On the contract for the customer, they're charging them a little bit over $13,000. Let's just say 13 to 14,000 bucks. When I heard about this, they told me I was gonna make 61%. I thought it was gonna be on the whole thing. I thought it was gonna be like 61% of 14,000 bucks. And then next thing you know, it's not. When my dispatcher sent me an email, she also sent me a breakdown. They're called transportation charges. Oh, they call it line haul charges. It was like $5,500. So I thought like, well, is that all for me? I had to ask because I didn't know. Long story short, when I got a hold of my dispatcher, she's like, no, you're not making 5,500 bucks. That's just the total charges on the line haul on the agreement. So out of the 13,000 bucks that they're charging the customer, from there $5,500 just for transportation charges. So I was like, okay, but I'm not making the whole 5,500 bucks. She said no. And she's like, look, don't worry about it. I'm gonna send you a spreadsheet. So at the very top, it shows 4,900 bucks. So out of the 5,500 bucks, a portion of that goes to I don't know who. And then from me and Coleman, we distribute on the left that you see transportation on the blue, $4,971. From the 5,500 bucks, it's roughly around $600 that goes to somebody else, and then it's a remainder of 4,900 bucks that me and Coleman split. From there, then I get the 61%. And as you can tell on the right, I take 3,000 bucks out of that, quote unquote 61%. So that was like I was like, bro, what the hell happened to the 61% from the whole contract price? But that was not it, man. So that was like my fault for not doing my due diligence. It is what it is now. The only thing though that she did add on here was a fuel surcharge. Apparently I keep all of that, and that's something that's also included in the agreement to the customer out of the 13,000 bucks. And then also out of the 13,000 bucks, they have a loading fee, and it's $881. I think I keep like 90% or 80 something percent. Out of this job, the revenue, okay, not profits, the revenue is 4,744 bucks. That's just one for one job, right? Then I got two little ones. One that I picked up in Augusta, Georgia. What I'm taking for me in the green at the bottom, it's $1,913. Again, that's just revenue, not net profits, okay? The one on the right, it's another small one, 2,446 bucks. Grand total on these three loads at the very bottom left on the yellow orange, 9,104 bucks, but it's just revenue. The only positive to this, she told me, was on here, she's just taking into account labor, transportation, fuel surcharge, loading and unloading services. She's not taking into account if there were any additional extra charges. She's like, I don't like to add all that extra little things because that will be just profits for you. I know that I'm gonna make a lot more money than what it actually shows on here. I really don't know exactly how much more I'm gonna make on top of that 2,446. One of them that I delivered already was the 13,000 pound. That one, an additional fee of $700 something because I had to buy plywood to lay it down on the side of the house. But again, it doesn't take into account the labor and the fuel that I've been spending on. All I know is that I'm getting paid this Friday. I'm gonna make another update on Friday. So anyways, guys, that is it for now. You guys tell me in the comments, what do you guys think about all this, man? Did I really f up? If you're new to the channel, man, most of the people that are watching my videos, 99% of you guys are not subscribed. Subscribe to the channel. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Have a good one.